Welcome to my channel Lost Talk. Today is a public health law policy briefing regarding India's first approved dengue vaccine, QDENGA. This information is good for UPSC prelims and mains, judiciary, law exam, and legal academia. So there are few things regarding this particular vaccine. Why this is in news? The headline event the Central Drugs Standard Protocol Organization (CDSCO) under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare granted marketing authorization to QDENGA, making it the first dengue vaccine ever approved for use in India. The manufacturer is Takeda GmbH Germany, imported by Takeda Biopharmaceutical India Private Limited. Approving authority is CDSCO under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Drug Rules 1945. Approved age group is 4 to 60 years and global standing approved in 40 plus countries and holds WHO pre-qualification. India dengue burden is 1 lakh plus dengue cases reported every year in India, and uh, India from 2021 to 2025, and 2,33,519 cases recorded in 2024 alone, as per the National Center for Vector-Borne Disease Control. There are 297 deaths reported in 2024 due to dengue. So this vaccine is very much important. Vaccine composition, what is QDENGA? Is basically type live unattenuated tetravalent 4-in-1 dengue vaccine technology built using recombinant DNA technology on dengue serotype 2 backbone engineered with surface protein genes from other three serotypes. How the serotypes are covered: Den 1 serotype covered, Den 2 serotype covered, Den 3 serotype covered, and Den 4 serotype covered. Key point: the attenuated strains cannot cause dengue disease themselves, they exist only to train the immune system to recognize the real virus later. So mechanism of action, how do dengue work? Initial immune response: attenuated virus cannot cause dengue disease, but it trains the immune system to recognize the virus and mount a defense. Immunological memory: the immune system learns the four serotypes and stores this recognition pattern for future encounters. Response to on real exposure: on the later exposure to wild dengue virus, the immune system recognizes it instantly and rapidly produces an antibody. Neutralization: these antibodies neutralizes the virus before it can multiply and cause dengue disease. Legal policy relevance: the mechanism immunological priming without disease is the scientific basis on which CDSCO evaluated safety and efficacy under Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 before granting marketing authorization. So vaccine schedule is from first on month 0.5 ml dose 1, and after 3 months apart 0.5 ml dose. So regimen 2 dose series 3 months apart. Dose size is 0.5 ml. Subcutaneous injection. Eligibility is 4 to 60 years and prior infection can be given regardless of past dengue infection status. Even though if you have dengue earlier also, you can get this vaccine. This vaccine is safe for those people also. A regulatory pathway of CDSCO. How the CDSCO basically approved in India. The approval was granted by Central Drugs Standard Control Organization (CDSCO), India's national drug regulatory authority, headquartered in New Delhi. Statutory basis: Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Drug Rules 1940, the primary legal framework governing import, manufacture, and sale of drugs and vaccine in India. Evaluation criteria: the comprehensive scientific evaluation of vaccine quality, safety, and efficacy, including a pivotal phase 3 trial conducted on the Indian population aged 4 to 16. Global evidence considered: clinical data from 8 plus countries including Brazil, Thailand, Sri Lanka. The vaccine already held approved in 40 plus jurisdictions and WHO pre-qualification. Outcome: the marketing authorization granted permitting commercial sale import to India. This is distinct from inclusion in the universal immunization program, which requires a separate policy decision. So it is not like that this particular is part of universal immunization program. In future it can be, but right now it is permitted for commercial sale and import in India only. Constitutional dimension: right to health. Article 21, right to life. The Supreme Court has consistently read the right to health and access to medical treatment into guarantee of life under Article 21, meaning access to preventive healthcare tools like vaccine engages a fundamental right, not merely a policy privilege. Related directive principles: Article 47, duty of state to raise the level of nutrition and standard of living and public health. Article 39E, health of workers not to be abused, and Article 48A, protection of environment linked to vector control in ecology. Why QDENGA raises constitutional issue? Equitable access. The vaccine is currently market authorized, not in the free public immunization program, raising Article 14 equality concern about affordability for economic weaker section. State positive obligation. Under Article 21, the state may be required to make life-saving preventive care accessible, especially given in India's rising dengue mortality. Federal dimension. Public health is a state list subject to intrinsic list 2, while regulation falls under the concurrent or union framework, raising central state coordination questions for rollout. So this can be the problem in QDONGO, because there will be problem between state and central. Landmark cases on right to health. Permanent Katara vs. Union of India 1989. Supreme Court held that every doctor has a professional obligation to provide emergency medical aid. The right to preserve life is a paramount and part of Article 21. Paschim Bengal Khed Mazdoor Samiti vs. State of West Bengal. The failure of government hospital to provide timely treatment was held to violate Article 21. The state cannot avoid this obligation by pleading financial constraint. Vincent Panikulangara versus Union of India 1987 recognized that the right to health is an integral to the meaningful right to life and directed attention to the regulation of drug to protect public health. CSC Limited versus Subhash Chandra Bose 1992 held that right to health is a fundamental human right, drawing international instrument and directive principle Article 39, 41 and 43. Institutional and policy framework. The National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, the central program under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare covering dengue, malaria, chikungunya, filaria, kala jar, and JE, focuses on vector control surveillance, early diagnosis, and case management. QDENGA adds immunological layer to this vector control heavy strategy. National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization and TEGI, expert body that advises the government on whether when a new approved vaccine like QDENGA should be included in India's Universal Immunization Program UIP. National Health Policy 2017 envisages assured health coverage and disease prevention, supports introduction of new vaccine through evidence-based policy subject to the cost effectiveness and programmatic feasibility study, example and TEGI. CDSCO, Drug Control Central General of India, the apex regulator for marketing authorization, clinical trial oversight, post-marketing surveillance, pharmacovigilance of the vaccine once in use. Allied legal issue worth knowing. Informed consent. Section 5. Allied legal issues. Vaccination outside mandatory program required informed consent. Forced or coerced vaccination can attract Article 21. Scrutiny as seen in COVID-19 vaccine mandate litigation before the Supreme Court. Product manufacturer liability. If the vaccine causes adverse effect, the liability may arise under the Consumer Protection Act 2019, medical negligence, defective product or tort principle alongside pharmacovigilance obligation of CDSCO. Intellectual property and access. Patent Protection Patent Act 1970 on proprietary vaccine like QDENGA can affect pricing and access. Compulsory license section 8492 is a legal tool to balance IP rights with public health needs. Import and trade regulation. As per imported biological, QDENGA is also subject to drugs control framework for imports and customer regulation, in addition to CDSCO clinical and marketing approval. So there are few issues related to this. There are prelims fact sheet. You can have quick revision. Vaccine name is QDENGA, dengue tetravalent vaccine live attend to. Regulator is CDSCO, Central Drug State Control Organization. Vaccine platform is live attend to NET, combination of DNA tech, DN2 backbone. Approved age group is 4 to 60 years. Status in India, marketing authorization, private market, not in UIP. Nodal program, National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, NVBDCF. Manufacturer, Takeda, GmbH, Germany. Legal basis, Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 plus Drug Rules 1945. Serotypes covered, all 4 DN1, DN2, DN3 and DN4. Dosage schedule, 2 doses 0.5 ml is 3 months apart. Global status approved by more than 40 plus countries, WHO pre-qualified. Advisory body for UI is NTAGI, National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization. There are few subjective questions are also there. Access to life-saving vaccine is an extension of right to life under Article 21. Discuss with reference to recent CDSCO approval of QDENGA. Examine the regulatory, statutory and institutional framework governing the approval of new vaccine in India using QDENGA approval as an illustration. Question number 3. Public health is a state subject, yet drug regulation is largely centralized, and lies the resulting central state dynamic in the context of new vaccine rollout. Question number 4. Subjective type set 2. Discuss the legal issues surrounding informed consent, liability, intellectual property in rollout of new property vaccine like QDENGA. Marketing authorization is not same as universal access. Critically examine this statement with respect to QDENGA approval in India. Question number 6. Evaluate the adequacy of India's vector-borne disease control policy in light of rising dengue incidence and the role of vaccine can play within it. So there are few subjective questions, there are few objective questions also. Q dengue is manufactured by which company? Bharat Biotech, Serum Institute of India, Takeda, GmbH Germany or Pfizer Inc. The answer is Takeda GmbH Germany, imported into India by Takeda Biopharmaceutical India Private Limited. Which authority granted marketing authorization for QDENGA in India? ICMR, CDSCO, NPPA, AMC Ethics Committee. So answer is B, CDSCO. Under which relation QDENGA approval granted? Epidemic Disease Act 1897, Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940, or Consumer Protection Act 2019, Clinical Establishment Act 2010. The answer is B, Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 along with Drug Rules 1945. QDENGA protects against how many dengue serotype? 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 3. So, objective question set 2. QDENGA is built on genetic backbone of which dengue serotype? Then for objective DEN 1, DEN 2, DEN 3, DEN 4. DEN 2 is backbone engineered with surface protein gene for other three serotypes. Right to health in India has primarily been read in which article of the Constitution? Article 14, Article 19, Article 21, Article 32. The answer is C, Article 21, right to life, as expanded by judicial interpretation. Which case held that failure of government hospital to provide timely treatment violates Article 21? Permanent Katara vs Union of India, Paschim Bang Khet Mazdoor Samiti vs State of West Bengal, Menka Gandhi vs Union of India, Olega Tellis vs Bombay Municipal Corporation. The answer is B, Paschim Bengal Khet Mazdoor Samiti vs State of West Bengal 1996. Which body advises the Government of India including a new vaccine universal immunization program? CDSCO, and NATAGI or ICMR or Niti Aayog? The answer is B, NTAGI, National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization. Question number 10 is public health and sanitation fall under which list of 7 schedule? Union list, state list, concurrent list or residuary powers? The answer is state list. Intrinsic through drug regulation itself is centrally administered by CDSCO. Key takeaways wrap up. QDENGA is India's first CDSCO approved dengue vaccine, a live attenuated tetravalent shot given in two doses 3 months apart for ages 4 to 60. Approval flows from the Drug Cosmetic Act 1940, but the marketing authorization is an inclusion in India free immunization program that needs NTAGI review. The episode connects science, immunology, regulatory by CDSCO and DGCI, constitutional law Article 21, right to health, and health policy NBBDCP NHP 2017. For exam, master the fact sheet of prelims, master the case law and statutory framework for mains judiciary exam. Descriptive answer. Please follow my channels for more information. GS, law, interviews, journals, conferences, internship, jobs. You can find everything in this channel. Please follow my channel and please support my channel so that I can bring more videos, more interviews, more information regarding this. Follow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can follow on these social media channels. Please support my channel. Please share with your family, friends and colleagues. Thank you.